Coming up on major social media platforms in 2022. Japan Journal with your host Malcolm W. Adams features newsmaker, celebrity, and luminary interviews, in addition to episodes from the regular Rap About It with Mal Adams series, Japan Journal specials, and so much more. Japan Journal is the internet's #1 weekly English-language online cybercast from Japan. Every guest appearing on our shows is interviewed with Mal's signature blend of intelligence, experience, professionalism, knowledge, honesty, and humor. The results are among the best interviews to be found online. We invite you to comment, follow us, like us, share us, and subscribe to us. Thank you.
Japan Journal, the internet's #1 English language weekly online cybercast from Japan. Japan Journal with Mal Adams.
We are recording. Good day, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Japan Journal. I'm your host, Mal Adams here, coming to you from the Media Arts Lab in beautiful downtown Kakegao City in the center of the Japanese archipelago in Shizuoka Prefecture on the west end. This is what you get for your money when you come to Shizuoka. The view of Mount Fuji, a couple hours, an hour and a half away from my residence in this studio, but surrounded by green tea fields all throughout this region. And talking about green tea fields and weather and such things, today's topic is about seasons and customs in Japan. Just a little something I want to share with you, because what we're going through right now is a seasonal holiday. It's called Shunbun no Hi. Shunbun no Hi means day of. Shunbun, Shunbun, is on March 21st, or it is the Spring Equinox day. And since the beginning of March, it's been getting warmer these days, and it feels like spring, except for the last 2 or 3 days. It got cold again and raining, so it's not so spring-like, but I think that's the last throes of winter, and even the cherry blossoms have started to bloom this time of year around the region, and will continue for another couple of weeks. But talking about Shunbun no Hi, so March 21st, which was a Monday, it's now Tuesday, going into Wednesday at the time of this particular recording. But Shunbun no Hi marks the Spring Equinox Day. And I think a lot of Japanese these days only consider Shunbun no Hi as one of the national holidays. And this time, I'd like to help you get to know a little bit more about Shunbun no Hi. It is on Monday, March 21st, but every year it could be the 22nd, could be the 20th, depending. So, Spring Equinox Day. Well, in Japan around this time, it's designated as Shunbun no Hi, and it is a national holiday, as I mentioned. And since ancient times, Japanese people have celebrated this day as the arrival of spring, when the weather becomes warmer and winter turns to spring. So, as we know it in the West, the vernal equinox is one of the 24 solar terms, and its name comes from the imperial family's event, Shunki Koreisai. Shunki Koreisai, which is the first season of the year in the 24 solar terms. So the vernal equinox, or Shunbun, is the day on which the sun passes the vernal equinox on the ecliptic. So the vernal equinox begins on that day, and the vernal equinox, or Shunbun, is the seasonal boundary where daytime and nighttime are the same length. And after this day, daytime increases and nighttime shortens. Now in Japan on this day, we call this season a few days before and a few days after Shunbun no Hi is called Ohigan. And there's special food associated with this particular holiday or seasonal celebration. Number one, botamochi. Botamochi, pictured here. Rice cakes with red bean jam on top and man, they are delicious. It's an acquired taste, but there you have them. And so Shunbu no Hi is right in the middle of the spring Ohigan, as I mentioned, which is the equinoctial week. But botamochi is eaten on the spring equinox period and ohagi on the autumn equinox period. So ohagi in the fall is called shubun no hi. In the spring, it's shunbun no hi. Okay. Now, although they taste and look almost the same, the ohagi dish, they look the same, but their names and origins change depending on the season, as I mentioned. In general, koshian, smooth, sweet red beans paste, is used for botamochi in spring, and subuan, mashed sweet red bean paste, is used for ohagi in autumn. Now, look at this. This is shojin ryori, which is Buddhist cuisine. Shojin ryori. Look at that delectable dish there, man. All kinds of little morsels of goodness there. And interestingly enough, um, I'll explain the background of this food. This is monk food. This is food served at the temples. Since this is spring Ohigan, equinoctial week in the spring, shojin ryori is also a common food served on this day. Shojin ryori is a type of food made exclusively from vegetables, grains, legumes, fruits, etc. It is based on the Buddhist precept of, quote, no killing, and does not contain any meat, fish, and seafood. Quite vegan or vegetarian in its nature. So also sakura mochi, sakura cherry blossom cakes, are a feature of this particular time of year and this particular seasonal holiday. Sakura mochi, seen here, is sold throughout the year, but is primarily a sweet eaten during the cherry blossom season, which is upcoming. The leaves of the sakura mochi are pickled in salt for eating, so you can eat them together. Now, Monday, March 21st is a holiday in Japan, so go out and feel the spring, eat spring foods when you come to Japan during this time of year, and you can feel the arrival of spring. Look at the cherry blossoms right here. This is what they look like right around this time of year. Just a soft, delicate shade of pink, and it's just all over the country. You'll be able to see this and recognize that spring has sprung, the season of new semesters in school. So in my Adams International Academy, where we teach English and Japanese to foreigners in the United States and abroad online, we are now opening a new semester. So it is a recruiting season for my school, and it's a campaign to recruit new students. So I'm inviting you all to join me online for one free lesson to see if you like it, see if you're comfortable with the process, and then you can register to take the full course. Beginner's Japanese, or improve your Japanese if you're already a speaker, will get you where you need to be. So, this being the season of new semesters and new beginnings, why not start studying Japanese at Adams International Academy? Our spring campaign is now up and running, so take this opportunity to improve your Japanese or learn from the very beginning. And we prioritize seniors, so everybody my age and older, come on and we'll give you a free lesson and try to reel you in to join this school so you can become bilingual. I'll have it done, let me see, 2 weeks, 16, in 32 weeks, I'll have you speaking conversational Japanese, okay? Trust me on that. So, for more information, please check the link below where you can apply and register your interest, or at the bottom of this particular video, just put a comment in here or send us an email at towtowncommunications@gmail.com. Town Communications, all one word, lowercase letters, TOTOWNCOMMUNICATIONS @gmail.com. You'll be glad you did. This is a season where you honor and communicate with your deceased ancestors. You go to the burial sites and to we call the Ohigan, the sites where your monuments are. Cemetery is another word in the West that we use, but it's Ohigan in Japan. And you light a candle, incense, you pray and deliver some Buddhist sutra from the Buddhist tradition, light incense, and leave some little morsels of springtime food cuisine. Some of the omochi that I was describing earlier is appropriate. You leave it there as a contribution to the spirits. So you can Google it, Ohigan, Ohigan, and learn more about this interesting season in Japanese Buddhism and spirituality and renewal time. So I give you this particular bit of information about Japanese life because it symbolizes a new beginning, and this is when we start our new classes for the upcoming year. So join Adams International Academy and let's study Japanese together online. Won't you? Why don't you? This is Brother Mal coming to you live from Japan on Japan Journal, telling you to join the school that has been bridging communication gaps in Japan since 1986. Adams International Academy, online in Japan. Brother Mal is your headmaster. All right? Okay. Thank you very much. Y'all have a good day, and I look forward to hearing from you. Peace.
Coming up on major social media platforms in 2022. Japan Journal with your host Malcolm W. Adams features newsmaker, celebrity, and luminary interviews, in addition to episodes from the regular Rap About It with Mal Adams series, Japan Journal specials, and so much more. Japan Journal is the internet's #1 weekly English language online cybercast from Japan. Every guest appearing on our shows is interviewed with Mal's signature blend of intelligence, experience, professionalism, knowledge, honesty, and humor. The results are among the best interviews to be found online. We invite you to comment, follow us, like us, share us, and subscribe to us. Thank you.